Hello, happy Thursday, my friends. Chronic Reggie Keith 420. Happy Thursday and Guapo. Raspberries sounding fire. We made the blueberry. I made a blueberry cheesecake ice cream out of those blueberries, and it is amazing. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. What's up, friends? What are we doing? All right. I've got, well, we can check the cannabis news together. I don't know that there wasn't anything super big when I looked earlier. The Italian police divers find huge cannabis stash in sea cave off Celebrity Holiday Island. That's pretty funny. I like that. But they say it's like $500,000 worth or something. Cookies and information. Why are they trying to hack me, bro? You know what I need? This right here. Police divers discovered more than $500,000 worth of hashish hidden in a cave on the picturesque Italian island of Panza. 330 blocks of the drug, weighing 40 kilograms, 88 pounds in total. 330 divided by, hold up, give me, where's the calculator? Here's some. 330 divided by 88.
It's undeniable.
No, wait, it's 88 divided by 330. We got this. Hold on. 0.266666 pounds per. Maybe it makes more sense when we do this. Hold on. 40 divided by 330. No, even worse. 0.12 kilograms? What the hell does that even mean? Well, 0.1212. Okay, so what if we do 2. Oh, it's gonna be the same thing. Duh. Oh, there's 18 of them. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's not even like per ounce. I don't know. It's a goofy number of stuff, which can only be accessed by sea. Kind of neat. Oh, look at them. Little bricks of the hashish. All right, well, imagine that. Again, why hide it in a cave? I guess you have no possession of it. That's.
I got a telephone and a stereo. I got a TV set.
Oh, Riverside Council debates use of cannabis funds for roads. Yeah, those funds are supposed to go straight into the politicians' pockets, dude. What are we talking about? They resist testimony from agency official linked to report on marijuana's harm during rescheduling hearing. Uh-oh. Mr. Rourke, what's up, brother? Happy Thursday. Hey now. Wisconsin cannabis shops at risk of closing amid new federal law. Wisconsin doesn't have cannabis shops. Crazy. Oh, Cole, happy Thursday, brother. Thanks for popping in. You're a great man. Yeah, we need to get together too and talk about the what's it called? The damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yep, the report that came out. Octa helicopter. Whoa, I like that. Let's talk about that. I'm into it. Nah, what was that damn report they just brought out? Talking 2022 to 2025. I actually reached out to Headset and asked them to verify the Parabola Center one. Yeah. Did you do something on that? Did you talk about it already? I know you were. I know Guap said you were. I just didn't. Aaron, sorry. Oh, nice. I like that. I've been kind of sifting through that, but like I said, I reached out to Headset. Let me actually pull this and see if we've got any update yet. No. I reached out to Headset asking them if we could get the data, the sales data from those times too. And I don't know if you, because I forget what group they said did a report on it. I also reached out to that group, the THC guys or I don't remember. It's been also I've been all over the place here lately, so, but I do have some ideas behind some of that stuff. Adios, Cole. Appreciate you, fam. Listen. Oh, pixelated party.
Listen up. Yeah. Listen up. Yeah. No.
Wisconsin doesn't have. Please, Cole, anytime. Hit me up. I'm always around. I'm more than happy to chat anytime. Oh, dude, it's great zone. Federal bill banning hemp products set to take effect November 12th. Well, see, this is the thing. Wisconsin doesn't have cannabis shops. They have hemp shops. This is a bad report here. Old Jasmine Franklin. You're overplaying some stuff. And maybe inside this little thing, maybe, you know what, we could listen to it. Let's see what it says.
Fighting to stay in business, a Wauwatosa hemp store and others just like it are facing uncertainty as a new federal hemp law is set to take effect this November. 12 News' Jasmine Franklin met with the shop owner, rallying to stay open.
Erin Kelly opened Kelly's Greens after losing her job during the pandemic.
Oh. And they make our cannabis seltzers that are wildly popular these days.
The Cannabis Cafe in Wauwatosa serving infused drinks.
And that are dosed with equal parts THC and CBD.
And these homemade baked goods, all now at risk of shutting down.
The ban is super impactful here because Wisconsin has no other access to legal cannabis.
Recreational and medical marijuana are both illegal in Wisconsin, but stores selling THC and CBD products have been working under a federal loophole until now. New federal legislation set to take effect on November 12th would ban all hemp products with a THC concentration over 0.3%, impacting shops across the state.
We have 3,500 jobs on the line. This is a $700 million industry.
A lot is at stake for you all right now. What does it mean if you have to close your doors?
$700 million.
I mean, it would be devastating if we had to close our doors. Kelly's Greens has become an essential place in our community.
But the Cannabis Cafe is not giving up. They're hosting a rally right here on Monday, hoping to gain more attention from state lawmakers.
But several bipartisan bills aimed at regulating THC products in the state have already failed.
All of those would go away, including CBD dog treats and sleep gummies. So it's a complete and total ban that would leave our community with no options.
Kelly says the ban's impact reaches far beyond her shop. It will also be a change for many Wisconsinites who rely on it. In Wauwatosa, Jasmine Franklin, WISN 12 News.
What is good, Mr. John Voight? Happy Thursday, brother. All right, let's have a quick conversation about this. That lady just said cannabis and THC and CBD, and there seems to be a big, massive mix-up and confusion. It's not as crazy as what she's saying. John, I miss you, bro. It's not as crazy as what she's saying. We do know the regulations that are coming. I am disappointed by the hemp ban that is happening. I am disappointed by the way that the representation of cannabis has gone through the government, both federally and statewide. Now, statewide, it's really cool that some places have allowed companies to exist, like Old Kelly's here. But Kelly also said, well, they're not going to be able to sell their CBD dog treats and their whatever. My guesstimation is if you can get an isolate through the door and you're working with said isolate where there isn't a testable THC limit, that you're still going to be within the parameters of making whatever you're making. My guesstimation is that Kelly makes a lot more of her revenue and her average income from THCA sales, which is Delta 9 capable by combustion, by adding the decarboxylation process of heating. So it's really weird. I'm going to turn the music on too. It's really weird that this person is saying cannabis at the same time as saying hemp, is the same time as saying, well, that we don't have access to cannabis in Wisconsin, so it's better that I give people access to cannabis, which is a fucked up statement. You're giving people access to hemp currently. According to the federal government, the way that it's stood forever, and every state government, the way that it is stood forever, there aren't supposed to be any cannabis sales going on without proper licensure. And unfortunately, ma'am, as you know, and as the rest of us know, you do not have the proper licenses to operate a cannabis distribution center. And a lot of people have got away on this loophole. We called for people to, both me and Aaron back in the day were saying, guys, this is happening. Everybody has a potential to do it, but then there will be a time when they pull the rug out from under everybody and make the thing a lot more difficult to be a part of. And every single person who was skirt-tailing that regulation, and literally even the reporter said, in the loophole that the government gave by doing a 0.3% THC classification of the plant now, or classification of cannabis, right? So I feel bad for all these people because they did build businesses that, you know, actually were profitable, and they were able to live their lives based off of them running the business. And that's been my advocacy for a long time now, is that we have more, peddlers licenses, if not like allow for anybody to enter the dispensary license. Don't limit the amount of them. Give everybody the chance to, and if you think that you can survive, do it. I think that the barrier to entry is a little rough and a little harder than most people understand how to do it. And two, the barrier to entry cost-wise is far more massive than if I am just able to source the products that I'm looking for when I'm looking for, and then try to, from a wholesaler, and then try to sell them out the front door at a reasonable markup, still while paying the taxes that everybody does for running a business. And that means, in the same way where all of the people who get away with tax write-offs, I should too, and so should everybody who wanted to run one of these businesses, be able to write off the business expenses for these things. And it is sad that that is not the way that things exist. It feels like, I don't know that it ever will be. I know that there are places that allow for far more competition as far as licensing goes, and those places don't. What stinks about that is that there are no guardrails, kind of. Let's just say this. Somebody who is vertically integrated and sleeping in bed, oligopoly through, you know, all the rest of it. So it's just a few really big players who manage most of the market. Makes it very hard for smaller players to enter and survive. When the bigger players are able to get the businesses, the buildings, right? The stand-in buildings that are in the same parking lots as Walmarts and you know, they aren't tucked away into a industrial area. You know, they have a better chance of surviving because of the amount of foot traffic that's already drawn into those areas. If you have, like we see in Michigan, if you have 20 dispensaries in a place that only has the population of 1,200 or 1,500 people or whatever it is, you bank on a lot of traffic coming from different places. And if you're not the one who snags everybody directly off the exit, or because you're the biggest name already and are capable of running the biggest sales, you have no chance of competing against the monsters that exist out there, the big names. They're not monsters. They're monsters in, I guess, a lot of ways. Actually, they are monsters, but they have a far bigger market share to begin with, and it sucks. I think a lot of this, the way that this market has been set up, sucks, because if that's the case, then where don't allow cultivators and what is good, drummer? Happy Thursday. How are you? Yeah, I just think that allowing these guys to kind of run away with it kills all of the possibilities of people like Kelly here. So, Aaron Kelly, Miss Kelly. All right, Miss Kelly, best of luck to you. Hopefully everything works out before November 12th. That date is rolling up quick. It's going to be a happy Thursday. It's going to be something that blindsides. Well, it's not blindsiding anybody. Everybody knows about it. But, I hate it. Because it almost makes an enforcement zone. So now all enforcement will be able to just show up and, you know, waggle their fingers and put people behind in the cages, you know? But anyway, that's it. Good luck in Wisconsin. You don't have cannabis shops to begin with. Oh, look at this. Governor Newsom announces $227 million to combat illicit cannabis activity and protect California communities. Oh, Prop 64. Let's read this for a quick second, because this could ruin a bunch of stuff. Proposition 64 grants to help local communities strengthen public safety Combat illicit cannabis activity. This sucks. This is more enforcement. And this is happening in California. I don't know. It helps sustain California's regulated cannabis market. It's a weird... How do you sustain something that's kind of plateaued and peaked? Well, not only is it plateaued and peaked, we know that people are too smart. Cannabis consumers, average cannabis consumers they're like contrarians a little bit, right? All of us, we probably have a background of like, I gotta hide this shit. Fuck them. They've been imprisoning all of my friends over this shit. People are getting fined, and for all of us who, it's nothing. But this is a place where the enforcement is happening even harder. So what's the point of supporting that industry? We've been getting our stuff from a perfectly reasonable guy who is far better at growing and producing these things than, you know, these big corporations are capable of. Not only that, the big corporations, as we've been talking the last couple of weeks, they're oversupplied. They're sitting on so much old, dry, stale product. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that they would continue to protect an industry that we know is kind of failing. It's not failing in the way that it makes money, right? Not nearly as much as some other products out there, but it's overtaken the craft beer market, right? I think the craft beer market's in the teens of billions of dollars. We're in the either high teens or low 20s now. We might even be in the 30s. How much money does craft beer make every year, and how much money does cannabis make every year, the regulated market? Regulated cannabis generates roughly $29 billion to $34 billion annually, officially outpacing the U.S. craft beer industry, which generates about $28 billion annually in retail sales. It's funny that we've got a $5 billion window of we're not quite sure how much there is, because a lot of people, and this is what also is driving people towards a black market to begin with, when, just like we were reading here, the people were being fought on whether or not Riverside Council debates use of cannabis funds for roads. Well, you're taking in massive quantities of tax revenue. Why aren't you capable of fixing the roads that we have here? Illinois took in $400 and something million in taxes from this industry, and what's come up? Now there was, and I think I've got it in here somewhere. I think I saved it. Let me look really quick. Your vault might be it. Yeah, let me see. Hold up. Research and data. Sales figure. Now, where's the... Oh, learn how cannabis tax dollars are spent. There you go. Admin expenses. About $25 million a year in admin expenses. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Reinvestment. They're reinvesting into the market. So, you know, ideally, a lot of cannabis companies that are, at least in Illinois, the new ones, hold on, let's see if we got it. Administrative expenditures, Department of IDFPR, Department of Ag, DOA, the ISP, the state police, IDPH, Department of Revenue. Okay, so that's that. Reinvestment. Restore, reinvest, renew. Grant funds. I mean, we can search into that. I'd like to see what they are doing with the tax money. Notice of funding opportunities. Notice of funding opportunities. 35 million in funding available. 15 million in funding available. That's 50 million, okay? Here, let's go back. Reinvestment, okay? Department of Human Services, Community Services Fund, okay, that's fine. There's $100+ million, so half of the money is going into this R3 funding available for services delivery projects proposed to address one or more of the R3 priorities of reentry, economic development, and civil legal aid, youth development, and violence prevention. So it's reinvesting into not cannabis and not that market. And so the rest of it goes to the Department of Human Services, statewide budget support, budget stabilization fund, and Department of Human Services, Community Services. Oh, that's the reinvestment. General Revenue Fund. There we go. Cannabis Expungement Fund. Let's go see other distributions. Other. That yellow, $24 million they've spent for expungement, local government distributive fund, Department of Human Services drug treatment and education fund, and other funds. They're just a bland statement of other funds. Could be any one of them that they want to. What is a local government distributive fund? Let's check this out. Income tax distribution to local governments. Local government distributive fund is a designated portion of Illinois state income tax revenue shared directly with cities and counties on a per capita basis. Okay. Municipalities historically received 10% of the total state income tax collections. Following legislative reductions, the rate has sat at 6.47. Tax relief. Yeah, how about it? Taxes are wild. How it ends up coming back and forth. Then on August 1st, 2026, it increases to 6.47. So there we're still sitting at that same rate. Based on the population. So they think that they can spend the money better according to, where the hell was it? Statewide budget support 100 million and reinvestment 100 million. Expungement, local governments, like, you guys are eating the it's unfortunate. You got 50 million between, and admin expenses seems wild too, because those are the people who are actually doing the work out there. It's like your Illinois state inspector that comes through and all that. Those guys are all, all of your state inspectors, and they're decent people. A lot of them are really nice. Some of them are rough to deal with if you got the wrong one, but I've never had an issue personally. I've just heard other people talking about it. Me personally, I'm like, why not beef up these two things? Why not get more expungements going, especially now that we have a increase in limit available? Cut down the state budget support, and don't get me wrong, the state budget is like, I don't know, crazy. It's one of the bigger ones. And then the reinvestment, like I said, there's 50 million worth of stuff out there, or see, they're giving $50 million worth of funding. We can see it there. 15 and 35 is 50, while at the same time, oh nope, we're here. What is it? The Department of Human Services Community Services Fund. This is probably for, I'd imagine, underprivileged certain situations, which I'm not against. You got the blind and disabled. Oh, here you go. Aid to the aged, blind, and disabled. And this is this in tens of thousands? What's the... This says $2 million. Wait a minute. Grants and all the funds. Are they literally fucking telling me that there's only... So, of the $100 million that we take in, $2 million of it goes to here? 2.3 million. Am I reading this wrong? Is anybody out there listening to me blab on right now? And can we see... Is this... Even if this is a decimal point off and everything is by 10... Because this is just a supplement to all the other stuff that's out there. They literally... Services for community-based youth programs, we gave $150. Domestic violence shelters got $952. There's $2 million. Am I missing something? I'm looking for by adjustment. Child care. Okay, so if we add 2 million, right? Because we're all capable of maths. Y'all do maths well with me? Come on. And we add 2 million and 50 million, right? 35 and 15, that's 52 million. Wasco, what's up, brother? Now with 52 million, see, because that's this fund right here and this fund. So these are these two sites, the R3. Okay, reinvestment. Let's all read this together. We all on the same page? Reinvestment, restorative, reinventive, renew. Our grant funds. Here we go. The grant funds, 35, 15. That's 50 million. Okay. Department of Human Services Community Services Fund. $2.3 million. Where the fuck is... Okay. Where the fuck is $48 million going? Dude, I'll carry all kinds of twos. I wish they'd let me carry a couple of them myself. What's up, mister? Happy Thursday, brother. How you doing? John, I gotta see how I do this now. Give you one of those. Hold on. John, add as... Here we go. Boom. And Cole also, we can do it. That is a moderator standard. Save it. All right. Nice, Sean. Happy Thursday, brother. Sean, type one more thing. Let's see what happens. It should be cool. It'll be blue. Anyway, y'all just watch me do the math. That's 40 million. There you go. One more thing. Now you got a sweet ass shield by your name. Protect us in here. Oh, great one.
In the big weed candy mound, the gators die in peace.
You know what's the most fucked up thing in the whole world? I broke that pipe on stream last week. Thanks, Sean. I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, I broke that fucking pipe last week on stream, and now I don't have anything to smoke with. Well, I'm smoking vape cards. I don't smoke flower in here. What the hell? I'm blown away right now. Be like, this is all the legal jargon. If y'all would like to see it, it's the illinois.gov. It's cannabis.illinois.gov, and then it brings you into this thing, and they've got some research and data, some things you can look at yourself, and it messes me up. How is this to date? This is what they believe they're gonna intake, or because this seems like they're taking in a lot more money. If this is or it says year to date, because I mean, we're what, halfway? We're barely halfway through. Not even. We're in the halfway mark. We're in it. Messing me up, man. So they are able to pull stuff from whichever fund they want to and move it to wherever they want. I don't know if you guys are law folks or you care enough about this stuff. If you don't, that's okay. Let me know. I'll happily talk about something else. But I just started ranting, and now that I've ranted, now I can't unsee these two things side by side. And like $100 was given to domestic violence program.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Think I'm gonna try something I ain't never did before on this one. Let's go. Get your lighters, roll that sticky, let's get
I'm like,
got that blueberry yum and it's that fire. Get your lighters,
it's a change, but it, oh my god, this is the adjustment here. Like I said, even if they move the decimal place one time, we're 20. I'm like, request additional funds for FY19 annualization and FY20 caseload growth. They're asking for $7,000 for early intervention. It seems like there's extra in the damn thing. Request appropriation authority for new tax checkoff. I don't know what the fuck that means. Discontinue the grant funding. ICY technical assistant. This is a wild one. Childcare eligibility increased to 200%, whatever the hell that means, effective January 1st, 2020. Oh, man. Well, learned something today. That, you know, what I was thinking too is that, like, not a lot of them are transparent in what they do to begin with. I went to, like I said, there's the state tracking system headset that a lot of cultivation and dispensary companies use as a data aggregation platform. And in this data aggregation platform, they track each brand, the sales and stuff, the trending. They have trending data, and I'd like to see a sales report from 2022 to 2025. That's where the Parabola Center's report is at. And if you haven't seen that, Parabola Center. This is, here we go, the illusion of competition. Our new report on the Illinois market maps every active cannabis brand in Illinois to the parent company that controls it and finds market concentration rising again. So the big players are just getting bigger. That outcome was produced by policy choices, a licensing framework that gave incumbents a multi-year head start, regulators too fragmented to intervene, and a tax structure that hits small producers hardest. That's exactly what's going on here. And I think through holy shit, Wasco, it was your birthday, dude. Happy birthday, Wasco. Wasco, it's your birthday. Wish you love and goodwill. Wish you praise and joy. Wish you better than your heart desires and your first kiss from a boy. Wasco, it's your birthday. God bless you this day. Yeah, it was Wasco's birthday recently. Everybody, wish Wasco a happy birthday. What a good man. But yeah, if you want to see some wild things inside this parabola report, it does kind of give the framework for how the market concentration is moving towards MSOs having the most. They get the combined share of 4 largest parent companies rose from 45 to 47 over this period. They also, I wish I could see, and I know this stat is around here somewhere. It's like the top, hold on. The gap between unit share and revenue share is the clearest measure of who controls value in the market. In Q4 2025, MSOs accounted for 42% of all units sold across Illinois dispensaries, but they captured 69% of total market revenue. Holy smokes. Illinois independents accounted for 27% of units sold and only 8.1% of the revenue. And it goes on to show how, like, the craft growers are only allowed to grow flower product and compete in the flower space. They do have infusion licenses, which they made it harder for people who have craft licenses to get infusion licenses. So, you know, you can possibly bring an infusion license on as your partner or acquire one because they became for sale pretty quickly after everybody realized how bunked the process was. But it's hard for these people because also they only get, currently they have 5,000 square feet of canopy space. They're, after this new bill that gets signed, the omnibus, I think they have up to 14,000 they're allowed to apply for the expansion. So they get to double and almost triple their footprint. It's by 20% less than that, but they, oh, it's 10% less than the overall total. Anyway, it's hard for them to compete against the MSOs who have literally vaults full of cannabis that they're able to extract at any point and get as fast as their laboratories can make them distillate. They'll keep taking it. They have enough product that they'll never run out. They're only limited by the size of their laboratories at this point. And it's just a big recycling program. But the thing is, what do you do with all the distillate? I mean, you're making a bunch of edibles, you're making a bunch of drinks, you're making a bunch of, you know, vape pens and whatever. You concentrate, just straight, like, what do they call them? Where you, like, add the stuff to your product. They're like paintbrushes and stuff, right? Where, damn, dude, why is the word on the tip of my tongue? It's like somebody give me the damn word that they use. Like teardrops or some shit. Fuck, it's killing me right now. Anyway, And RSO is the same thing, but RSO is not a distillate. Typically it's a CO2 extract product now. What's crazy is that Rick Simpson oil, where the moniker RSO comes from, Rick Simpson extracted with naphthalene. Naphtha, right? Like, and it's paint thinner. He extracted the plant product. He refined it off so that there wasn't paint thinner for a dablicator. God, John, I could fucking come over there and hug the fuck out of you right now. That's the first 2 times I think I've cussed this whole time because I just got so excited about dablicator. To burn my ass with Nathorex. Yeah, I bet. Yep. You don't want to do that, dude. Never forget and put them in your back pocket. Dude, I bet. Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even one to hate on his process, but it's in terms of this here. Thank you for coming up with Dablicator. I'll get back on topic. Based off of this disparity from the top of the market to the bottom of the market, it's hard for new players to enter the market and be successful. I do think that there is a better way to operate. If you were going to be a dispensary owner currently, I think there is a way to operate that gives you a permanent place in the industry. But I don't know what the long-term goal is for everybody. I don't know if they're just trying markets out and seeing where they kind of settle into, or if everybody is just trying to expand across the entire United States and have places in every state out there, or they're like going from market to market. Like I think it's in here. It'll tell you the no, this isn't the report. Damn it. I wish I had that report where it shows the best industries. I could probably find it pretty quick. What are the top 10 best cannabis industries by revenue and income? Hold on. Let's check this. Let's just be completely honest with ourselves. With the new rec allotment, is anybody actually buying 2 zips at this price? Also, this is supposed to be the cheap stuff. This market has to offer. Oh, the cheapest stuff. Oh. Wow. Oh, yeah. You know what? I did hear about this. That's wild. Well, and even then, because see, like, yeah. Pass for 90, yeah. I mean, dude. Yeah, it's unfortunate, honestly. And what have I been saying, though, for the recent while? Like, none of this mattered, right? Like, the industry is struggling. It's peaked. Even with them expanding the limits to double what... Yeah, the industry's dead. I mean, it's not dead, dude. Because... Here, let me see this. Let's see. Did they give me a list? No. I don't care about this. Top 10 state cannabis industry numbers. Here's how we can tell. Let's market size. This guy too. California 4.6 largest total market volume. This right here is that's awesome. But I wonder how much of this is some level of washing stuff, right? Because I think if you put it on your natural books, also they've been in the market for the longest and they still have one of the better like tourist destinations. The whole state of California is fucking beautiful. There's plenty parts of it, I'm sure, that are dirty if you get into the wrong spots, but it's a beautiful state by geography speaking. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. Michigan 3.49, we see their numbers decreasing by quite a bit this year. Florida 2.25, again, a lot of tourism. Illinois 2.17, we're the fourth biggest. You know, I mean, it's not a bad, I mean, that's a fuck ton of money, dude. That's moving through product. You know, I mean, like, obviously there are bigger markets that exist out there as far as manufacturing and things go, but like, you know, yeah, I mean, you're 100% there. That's all rec and 100%. So you're looking at 550 million by the time, maybe 560, something like that. Then by the time June comes through, now you're at like 6, maybe 75, let's say, assuming this is probably a better month for it. 675. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely falling apart. Yeah, that's not good. And this is, these leaders in retail sales, tracked by the Cannabis Statistics 2026 Market Size Sales Jobs Report, reflect the largest economic footprints in the industry. That's wild, because this is a projection then. And we're way behind projection then, if that's 2.17. We also, here's the other one though. This is why Illinois is suffering. The fourth biggest industry, the second biggest taxes. Washington is not even on the top 10 list of market size, and they are somehow the third highest in taxes. That is the craziest talk in the whole world. Cali makes sense, but Cali's like, wow. Oh, so Michigan has much better tax rates than California, because they're only $500 million behind California in sales projection, but they are 300 million behind them in they're almost half of their tax rate. Wow. And they're just saying plus 3%. They're just trying to build stats. $33.8 billion market. Powered by a lot of jobs going away right now. There are markets that are holding this stuff up though, like year over year change. Look at Illinois is supposed to be a plus 3% gain. I don't know about that. Michigan plus 6%. We were reading stats on that the other day. We don't think so. New York is a big grower as far as year over year is. So kudos to them. They're putting some infrastructure behind it too, though. They're building some more dispensaries and stuff, licensing shit. So super neat. 34,800,000 monthly users. 1 in 10 Illinois, United States citizens are consuming cannabis on a monthly basis. The possibility, and we're seeing 54 million per year, the possibility of that getting bigger only happens if the market goes the way that I'm trying to tell you that it needs to go, which is away from high THC numbers, which is away from this not paying your employees, the bad tax rate thing from all the way across, right? The inability to claim your employees against your taxes, all the way to the level and amount of taxation that's happening. There's a lot of weird there's a lot of weird barriers that make it so that I believe more people don't consume. But I also think, I mean, like, how many people consume alcohol at least once a month in America? About 134 million Americans. 46.6% of the population age 12 and older. Holy Christ, that's a wild statistic. Is this one? Ask your cannabis consumers. This is wild. They sure as hell don't say 12 or above in that statement. 134, 1 in 3. It's even less than that, because we're at what, 300 and something million people, 330, 340 ish in general population. So 200 million more is less. So 40%, we'll say 2 out of 5 people are consuming alcohol at least once a month. 1 out of 10 people are consuming cannabis. All right. Cannabis has already overtaken craft liquor. Now, granted, we're in the non-craft liquor space of things. How much revenue comes in from liquor sales in America that isn't craft alcohol? Liquor sales in America, excluding craft brand products. They said craft. That's crazy as hell. Alcoholic beverages 2025. Okay, hold on. Liquor market breakdown. Total supplier revenue. There's no way. Dude, Illinois gets outsold by cordials and liqueurs. If you want a statistic, if you're a market and you're trying to beat a statistic out, this is one of them that I recommend. Golly goodness. All right, so 36 billion. And they're saying that alcohol is 30, but craft liquor, then like craft beer, is another 30. I mean, how do I get these numbers? It's the site I was supposed to go to. Oh, here we go. Now, reject optional cookies. Reject them, suckers. Get the full access. Damn it. Why are they trying to... Oh my god, they're trying to make me pay forever. They're stealing my IP. Alright, anyway. How much money does all liquor, including craft beer sales, make per year in America? Americans spend roughly $228 billion to $260 billion annually on total beverage alcohol retail sales across the United States. If looking at the broader economic impact, including manufacturing, wholesaling, warehousing, and downstream jobs, the total alcohol industry output value is at over $471 billion for beer alone, and over $363 billion for spirits. Holy cow! That's massive in comparison. No kidding, they want to keep that going, though, huh? So, and think of that, too. 2 out of 5 people consuming liquor products nets them $830, call it $5 billion worth of revenue per year. $835 to liquor. And Americans spend roughly $228 billion to $260 billion annually. See, I don't know what the downstream economic impact would be for how much, like, is... So let's just go... It'll probably be the 260 versus, like, the 35 that we are currently. And 35 is, what, 105, twice 6... You're about 7 times larger of an industry altogether, at least in dollars spent. So 7 times bigger, and you're getting 4 out of 10 people to consume alcohol, and we're getting 1 out of 10 people. So at a 4 times bigger rate, they're doing 7 times more consumption. So there's a space there where, like, how do you make people consume more cannabis? I think that you can brainwash them into just constantly buying higher amounts of THC to the point where they break their tolerance altogether, and then you exploit that by just trying to force them more products. But the thing is, with every cannabis consumer, no matter how showy you want to be with what you do, you can only really do so much. Even for all my friends who smoke all day every day, like, you don't even closely impact what some of these cultivation sites are doing. Even if you went as hard as you could, if you had free cannabis for an entire year, got everything for free, you wouldn't even be thought about in one of these cultivation centers production rates, right? Like, they do so much. But yeah, I think it's because of these numbers, though. And we're, like I said, how do you get them to consume more? I think we've seen a maximization. How do you make the 52 million who consume cannabis per year consume every month? Because according to, what was it, 33.6 or something like that? Let me get this. Let me come back to it. 34,800,000. So you could almost do 20 million more people worth of sales, right? That's your maximum number. So you've increased your rate not even to 2 out of 10. Right? Where alcohol is still 4 out of 10. If you got every consumer to consume cannabis every single day, or at least once a month, you've only increased your monthly users by 20 million folks, which would be huge for all the people who are out there trying to sell stuff right now, because realistically, you're probably splitting that across a couple thousand companies. And it's concentrated probably in the top 50 or even less, maybe. Companies that are taking a big part of that market share. So the other 950 or 900 folks that are still out there, you know, how much does the 20 million more people increase your revenue? You know, I mean, you're still going to see some impact, and there would be some revenue growth, but how much money does liquor sales produce in tax revenue every year? Um, 20 billion to 30 billion when combined federal and state. However, if you include general sales taxes, corporate income taxes, and income from government-owned liquor stores, government owns liquor stores? What the hell? The total broader economic tax impact of the alcohol industry reaches nearly $70 billion annually. And what do we have here for cannabis? 29 billion. Oh, so this is why they've perked up a little bit. This is state tax revenue. Whoa, so how much? The federal government's gonna cut into this. And maybe, I wonder if they're just gonna tax it more because they'll put they'll just put a bigger federal tax? I don't know how the hell that'll work. Wait, what's the federal tax gonna be on fucking medical products then? Hold on, Guapo. Have we talked about this? Why do I feel like I'm like... Are they gonna mess with the tax rate? Are they gonna add their own tax rate on the medical cannabis companies now? I was gonna make a song, but then I got high. Puff Daddy came to my house and put his hand on my thigh. My dick got real hard and I know why. Cause I like men, cause I like men. The federal government, once they have an FDA approved state license, once the FDA approves it, they're now federally recognized. Do they have to pay federal taxes? 5% per milligram. Oh, that's awesome. 5 cents per milligram. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, everything. Hi, everyone.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. No, it's what they are asking for. Dude, so, wait. Wait, so fucking on 100 milligram edible, they're gonna make $5? What the fuck? White House pushes Congress to ensure fair treatment of hemp products by calling off broad recriminalization law set for November.
Filipino banana ketchup used to be my favorite. I was actually gonna buy a bottle. It makes my tongue do some pretty weird shit. But smoky is really not my thing.
Ave Maria. Da 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 one. Is the boy? He also references a new initiative that administrators launched in April to cover up to $500 worth of hemp-derived products each year for eligible. Okay, no, that's different. 1 in 5 adults. Nope. Okay.
I'm wrong at times.
Does this have the 5 cent tax thing in here? Filipino banana ketchup. Da one. Make your mama happy. Yeah, it did say Filipino banana ketchup. Fuck yeah, churros. But golly and gosh darn, this is wild how this is all kind of shaking out. I mean, we all know what it's for. Everybody's trying to take in more money, the government and the companies. So, as long as they can keep making you believe that they've done something special for you and make you accept 55% of U.S. adults live in an adult use state. But this is my whole point, is like this, if 55% are the ones consuming on a monthly basis, let's assume, because, you know, I could probably do the math of that, but I would guesstimate that that is probably a little bit less than 55%. 50% would be, would make this 68 million, right? 69 even, because of fucking this, 69.6. So 55 is, adding this much of the population is going to account for this, right? Maybe slightly more. Just don't think the expansion is super big there. For most consumable hemp products sold in interstate commerce, excluding beverages, there would be a user fee of 5 cents per retail sale price, 5% of the retail sale price. It would be collected by retailers at the point of sale, okay, and remitted quarterly to the Treasury Department, Alcohol, Tobacco, Tax and Trade Bureau, the TTB, revenue earmarked to support hemp regulation and enforcement, consumer protection. Okay, so this is for the hemp production. Do you believe that they'll pass that on to the so I'm saying, like, the state-driven dispensaries that just went for FDA approval submitted applications to the FDA for them to be recognized federally as a medical dispensary at the federal level. Will those dispensaries now have to charge their customers, their patients now, because we're talking the medical side of, which would be fucking wild that the medical side would get an extra 5% tax, but the adult use side wouldn't. Yeah, right? Federal government imposes a tax? Why wouldn't they? Dude, why wouldn't they want a part of this? $29 billion. If they take 5% of this, now granted, that's at a, so I guess it would only be on the medical side. How much are all of the medical cannabis in markets in every state worth put together? Medical only. Oh, Snikey. Dude, $12.3 to $12.9 billion across all the markets. They impose a 5% tax on that. That's what? That's 200 and something million dollars. What do we got here? We got 100, well, let's go 12. Let's do the middle. 5. That's million. That's billion. Times 5% equals, dude, $625 million. You don't think? I think they would take it. Granted, I don't know that every one of the people in the industry, in the medical cannabis industry, is about to jump on board with the FDA approval, but you don't think that they would like to jump on a $625 million, you know, extra bonus? They'll be able to fly some private jets a couple more times. Yeah. Super unfortunate, but you know, that is this was all coming from the illusion of competition and the idea that, you know, it would be sweet because what was our friend Margaret here? Kelly. Mrs. Kelly here. Her hemp shop is getting screwed. Kelly's Greens, located in there, over there. Now she's screwed. She can't even sell CBD dog treats and sleep gummies. Crazy how they just clump those together, huh? The sleep gummies that have THC in them and the CBD dog treats. All this would go away. And their community would have no options. And this is unfortunate, right? Like I said, I think everybody deserves access to. So to not have access to and to be criminalized for any of it is crazy. This is wild though. Do you see this? This is literally that lady on record saying the ban is super impactful here because Wisconsin has no other access to legal cannabis. How damning is that to your hemp company? That's like literally if you were a head shop back in the day and you were like, my bongs, I got good bongs here, bong, 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 you know? And then you had some federal issues. You'd be like, oh, what do you mean? I'm not allowed to say bong? I thought that was just a terminology for it. And if you didn't check this part out right here, they have a $700,000 million industry. That's a lot. 700,000 million. Shit, so that's like 6 more zeros. That's like a $700 trillion industry that they're supporting with 3,500 employees up there. Anyway. That was, honestly, that was a fun ride. I hope y'all were able to pay full attention. If you didn't get to see that, there was just a great conversation that went on. If you follow me through this whole entire thing, we were just talking about how goofy, where the taxes are being spent in Illinois. This is where it started. There's also a showing of where the tax money is going. We have full charts here. This is directly off .illinois.us. This is the state's page, Department of so we've got direct numbers trying to figure out how this makes any sense. Doesn't. The math is off still. How the funds work, 6.47%. That makes sense. According to what we just saw, it's just 6.47. I don't know, it's a random number. Anyway, then we went on to this illusion of competition, which is, if you haven't checked this out, I do recommend it. Actually, it was really cool, the Parabola Center, if y'all care about anything cannabis related, industry related. This just talks about how concentrated the market has become and how a small portion of people own the most part of the revenue. And how the smaller players don't get to compete at the same level because they get worse licenses. They're only allowed to grow a small portion comparatively. It was funny. I saw something through, and it might be in here where it says, oh, it's a great song. Feel better. That is my mission. See if I can find it in here somewhere. Yeah. Shit. It just again, read through this if you care at all. You don't have to. I think Cole's gonna do a thing on it. Guapo and I may be having a bigger conversation about it, but just a smaller portion of these licenses that went out, craft grow, infusion licenses, extraction licenses, infusion licenses, and then transportation licenses. The way that they got set up allows them to only compete in very small sectors, right? So like the craft grower has to compete in the flower realm of things. And the flower realm, you can see here, the price compression over the last couple of years, and it especially ramped up once these MSOs had actual competition for their flower product. But these MSOs are winning in having other product offerings. They have very cheap edibles because they've got a bunch of recycled product. They're very cheap disposables and cartridges and vape pens because they have a lot of excess product where these other people don't have the ability to grow that much. And if they do, they're able to sell it as a flower product because their flower product is better than all of these big players' flower products. But that means that they're not allowed to produce the other products, parts, gummies, whatever. They just can't open a full line of products, and it's unfortunate. They have to bring in a lot of other license owners to get something done. But that ranted on to how much industry share do we have, as far as, because we were talking about the market peaking. It did really peak, and then, but it's not peaking. It's grown by 3% year over year, according to this other report. But there it is. But California's dropped by 8%, and that's terrible. They're the biggest industry. Michigan still continues to grow, and this is all assuming, right? This is all assumed. But they have, tax revenue is through the roof. They're making a ton of tax money. Places like New York, who finally opened up adult use and allowed a general population access to this thing, they saw a doubling of their market pretty much. New Jersey has seen a 33% increase from doing so. Maryland has seen a 31% increase, but that's not sustainable numbers. You start to get into this, in 3 years, or 3% year over year doesn't even cover inflation, right? So the market is there's a plateau here. There's a weird thing going on here. This is still growth. This is obviously not growth. These are negative numbers here. But there is some growth around the place. But this is why MSOs are just trying to expand as far as they can to get into every new market and be the ones who have the biggest licenses, because long term, like we're seeing in the Parabola report, long term, the big companies end up owning a majority of all of the brands to begin with. You have to operate under their umbrella at least, which means that they manipulate the market. And because of that, we looked at what the difference between alcohol use and cannabis use is, how many users there are, and with said that many users, why the market seems to have even plateaued. Because even if they gave access to the rest of all of their users, there's not a ton of growth left. And that's in this too, right here. If there's 54,200,000, and I think that probably of the 10 or 11 states that don't have medical programs, at least, I would guesstimate that some of their constituents are part of this 54 million number. I don't believe that this is just from a legal cannabis market perspective. And if it is, that's perfectly fine, because then we have maybe a, let's say, 20% growth, so you can add another 10, 12 million, something like that, people to that, right? So like, okay, so let's call it 65 million, 66 million. It's just the industry doesn't have a lot of headroom left. And I don't think by the way that they're pushing the market, THC richness, I don't think that it makes sense to sustain long terms. And then that kind of ranted into, I wonder if the federal government will impose a tax on all of the medical facilities that are distributing medical cannabis. I wonder if that will impose a tax on the cultivation side and if it will impose a tax on the distribution side. And then like manufacturing and / distribution twice, because you distribute it to yourself and then you distribute it to the consumer. So now, how hard will these companies be hit by a federal thing? We don't know. That Bob brought up a great couple of points here, that they want to put a 5% retail sale price on hemp-derived products that are sold in interstate commerce. So that excluded beverages. So the beverage market, they're trying to maybe make that last, but they're doing so because the beverage market falls in line with this, right? Like alcohol. They think that people are just going to keep consuming these beverages like the way they consume alcohol, and then that way we will have more of a consumption forward market. So yeah, it's wild to see how this is all playing out. I am hopeful for some things to change in the benefit of smaller ownership and people like the Miss Kellys of the world to have the ability to expand her licensing from the hemp license that she has into a cannabis license where she can distribute the products that wouldn't qualify her through the hemp market but could be grown by hemp producers, right? Because I wonder if you could put some kind of verbiage into what's coming in November. Doesn't align with it, but I wonder if you could alter the verbiage to say something along the lines of the distribution of the product can't be, but the growing of the product could be, and you allow for people who grow product to have the THCA, maybe not the THC, let's keep it at the 0.3 if that's what you need to do arbitrarily, but allow then the people who wanted to buy through the hemp side of things an avenue towards it. And I guess by hemp, like I said, it's to me, allow them people to have cultivation licenses that allow them cannabis space. I don't see why not. Allow the market to show like who's good at doing it. Because currently, I think this is the big thing where like a lot of us get excited about it, and why at least Guap and I talk about it a bunch, is that we know people that are far better at doing this thing than the people who are doing it. The growing of it, the extraction of it, the distribution of it, the representation of it as far as a medicine, as far as a personal use product. There are people out there that are far better at this than the people who are doing it. And I'd like to see them have access to the markets and allow them to capitalize off of their skills with both growing, again, extraction if they wanted to, making different products. Yeah, it's hopeful thing. It's wishful thinking. I just don't see it being what comes up ever. I'm not trying to be some Debbie Downer, disappointed guy. I'm hopeful. I really am. But I think it's conversations like this and then looking through the you know, the numbers that we just did to see all the holes that exist. And, you know, what is a KPI anyway? Gare Bear, what's up, brother? Puff Puff Pass to the awesome, sexy Peacekeepers. Gare Bear, cheers to you. Remember I broke my damn pipe last week, now I got a cart. Review my favorite snacks. I brought this website up again just in case. Yeah, and that's all right. This is another one. I've been talking to Cursor, trying to get it to, let's see what today say. I told it to be an expert game developer and help me brainstorm some ideas that I can build inside Cursor. It's the place where I made the app that I made. I stream on YouTube. I want to be able to play with all people at the same time, kind of like a Jackbox party, but far more interactive, like RPG style. Having it be cannabis based would be cool. Something like a group effort to run a dispensary or a cultivation or something. This is what this whole thing says. Inventory. I tried to give it the whole process, and this thing came up with a few different ideas to make, which I feel like it would be funish, but I think this would be like gaming. I would be like according to what like a lot of these things are saying, you are role playing with some of the outcomes. Oh, here you go. You commentate franchise battles. Aurora just undercut everyone on pre-roll. Chicago owners, how do you respond? So like kind of this one, we were talking about it actually called like Terpene Tycoon, something that we kind of build like a community together. But, just fucking spitballing ideas with I really want to build a program that all of us can interact with together. You got this one here. This is no. There's that's the app. This thing is fun as shit. But yeah, that's it really. I wanted to check through the news, find out what was going on. I did make a couple of real nice songs here. Let's see if we can. Y'all might recognize one or two. After Biz's birthday song. What how long are we listening? Oh, that's my guy. The Valkyrians. Alright, hold on. Let me get another one. I got one in here that we'll like.
Listen up. Yeah. Listen up. Yeah. No. Listen. Listen up, gangsters and hunters with your hair done. Pull up a chair, hun, and put it in the air, son, dog. Whatever they call you, God.
This is no, it's not the one. Oh, yeah. Y'all may recognize these lyrics.
More from the heart, forever nothing else matters.
Yeah. That's it, Peacekeepers. I don't even know. I have tried a couple of times here recently to get back into the cannabis industry, and I'm not having the luck that I would hope for. A few of the people that I've had conversations with have said have more experience or qualifications, and that's weird. I got like the one place. Oh, I think I was telling this to a few of you. The one place told me that I should be a supervisor role, which is like they got general manager, assistant general manager, like department heads, and then supervisors. Okay, so the fourth down. They told me that I should be this. I applied for this. I have the experience of general management, but then they told me I couldn't be. I should be a number 4. I've been a number 3 in their company before. It was wild. No, we need you to have more qualifications. Like, man. But yeah, I tried to get back in the old cannabis industry here recently. Not going the greatest. So maybe, you know, it'd be cool to do some computer stuff. Gotta admit. But yeah. I was gonna say something about the getting into the cannabis industry, but boy, did it slip my mind when I ran on the rant about what else I would prefer to do. I mean, to a degree. Yeah, I don't mind. If I could do it, yeah. I'd prefer not to do shitty entry work, necessarily. I wouldn't mind doing some, like... I don't know. I mean, I guess you're right. I wouldn't mind doing some, like, designing shit, but... I'm not as good as some, like, head coders and stuff, you know what I mean? I guess, like, through using, like an IDE, I guess, like Cursor, I could do some of the things. But yeah, data something. No, I guess you're right. Okay, so then we gotta build the best app that there is, dude. We gotta build it. Contemplated just doing it on here and just being wild about it, but I don't know how good it turns out, you know? So maybe I run a few little iterations. I contemplated like trying to make it even cooler and like hooking up the thing through Unity so that we could get like some cool graphics and stuff. It would obviously be a little bit different of a situation then. You're making a completely different thing, but you know, I would, yeah. Oh, guap. Dino went out and cleared the poll for 18. So we should be able to change 18 over, which means I'd like to do like an OG layout if we can. Hell yeah, Garrett, do it. I broke it. So I broke my smoking device. I'm so mad because I want to smoke something right now pretty bad. But yeah. Just back to A's. Even 5. I want 5 back in to the right. It's been a long time. But that means so 2, 4, 5, 12, 14, 18. There's 6 of them. The PVC pole was gone from hole 18. So we need to get more PVC also. I think I'm gonna make them smaller this time. You know, it'd be cool if we could like, I don't know, lock them in somehow too, but let me hit all my friends here with a quick cheers. Cheers, fam. Let's smoke another one of these things real quick. Yo! Yo!
Gazing through the window at the world outside, wondering will Mother Earth survive? Hoping that mankind will stop abusing her sometime. After all, there's only just the 2 of us, and here we are still fighting for our lives, watching all of history repeat itself, time after time. I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I've been thinking about doing, because they're going missing even sometimes, is just making some smaller ones, having some extra ones as backup, and assuming that they're going to disappear if they disappear. You know, I mean, it sucks. It's so crazy to think that people like are taking PVC piping and doing stuff with it. I don't know what you need to. I mean, there's a chance that the park district hit it and blew it up or something. You know what I mean? Wasn't paying attention, blew it up, and then they just pulled it out and threw it away to hide the evidence. But, which then putting shorter stuff in doesn't help. And then putting, you know, aluminum and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. The PVC's cheap as shit, so just run it. Because putting aluminum in, then they have a chance of smashing them. Nice. I forget how long I made those. Say they were 4 feet, some maybe. Might even be more than that, because yeah, 4 or 5 foot, because I think they stand up a good 3 feet and change. And yeah, I guess there's probably about 18 inches in the ground or something. But anyway, yeah, it'd be nice if we can put another set of whiskers in at this place now and not have them taken. That would be huge. I've been throwing some pretty good disc golf here lately. It's a great feeling. I was really off for a while, and I think a few things are connecting here, and I'm putting a few of the puzzle pieces back together now. Especially getting the putter to work, so... Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. I'm not against that. I wonder how difficult it would be. Well, see, I want to move the long pad on 3 back to where the old pin used to be to begin with.
I hate a lot. I hate when people don't know what they got. I hate hate. I hate fear. I hate all the threats. I can't end with the spear. I hate to say forever. I hate to say love. I hate how you can murder with an undersized glove. I hate to be a hater, and I hate that.
Yeah. Anyway, disc golf, well, that feels good. Went out and played against a pro. I'm pretty sure that I scored better than said pro. I wasn't keeping direct track of anything. I wasn't trying to be some, like, you know, undercover competitor. I just know that I was parking a lot more shots. So that was nice. And then I went out and whooped Biz. Took another 2 strokes from him. I got a 3-stroke lead on the year. I think it's just, you know, this is some buy action if you've ever seen it, you know. Get bullish. We're going to the moon, Alice. Oh, this is a great song. I can't listen to it though.
Turn the lights down low and close the door. Future is coming, future rising up.
Dudley, I don't know if you're here. Did I send you those songs? I think I did. Saved them. If I didn't, just let me know if you're here.
And it's going, death comes ripping. You feel the heat as death comes ripping. Rip your back out, death comes ripping out. Flesh and blood.
Oh shit. Dude.
Death comes ripping.
I think. Oh my god. Hold on.
Couldn't be much more from the heart.
Oh. Damn it, there's a great song.
What? Turn that off! Dad, this is the best part. Turn it off! No! It's too late for this. Turn it off.
This is a great song too, but
This is the
now there was a good one in here. Might be it. No. Yes, it is. Brandon Krieger, what's good, brother? Happy Thursday night. How are you, man? Thanks for popping in. What's new? What's exciting? Can anybody tell me who this is without looking it up? I know for a fact, if Dudley Dawson was here, he would tell me exactly who this is. Hell yeah, happy 80th birthday part. That's so cool. 80 trips around the sun's a good amount of trips around the sun. I think do it 90, 100, run it. As long as you're feeling good, keep doing it. This is actually he said some Mason shit right here. This is a band by the name of, God, I wish Dudley Dawson was here. This is a band called Ghost. If you know who Ghost is. He said 32. Really? Ski yeet. Are you on the square? Are you on a level?
I'm damned if I do. Damned if I don't. Holla fuck the world with my chest full of smoke. I choke on my breakfast, the end of my necklace.
Dude, here's the 80 fucking trips around the sun. One for all the trips you've taken also.
I got 2 Benzes. I'm in your girlfriend's hot intestines cause I bought her 2 dresses and some contact lenses. Got a message.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Click and crack my semi-auto cause I'm trying to see tomorrow. Bought a condo for my Tahoe cause she working that taco. It's the top selling Vato 23s on the Tahoe. TV screens, margarita machines with street marines. Got love for the Crips and Bloods and Latin Kings. If it means anything, this for all my G's. I'm in jail cause I forgot my fucking ABCs. Another D on the eye, drunk and fucking high. I'll be out before the motherfucking sun can touch the sky. Young thirsty all the third, and that's my word. I'ma swing, I'ma swerve, I'ma park and scrape the curb. When I'm not high, does my life feel like it's missing something? I know
Wow. I'll be at Tags on Sunday. I don't know if you plan on it. If not, I can snag the box from you. Yeah. Okay, sweet.
No matter where I go, I meet a bunch of horny bitches. Burn a few bridges, feed a few pigeons. Fuck them so good, they wake up and wash dishes. The food was delicious.
Oh, so mote it be.
No French kisses and no hippopotamuses. I'm picky if you strictly dickly. You can't get with me as I represent Houston like what? The damn Whitney. I'ma get them when I get them. I loved them and I fed them. Lived in peace, I ain't gonna let them. When I see them, I'ma wet them. Shut them down like D-Town and my homie Machiavelli. Peace to have smoke a John Freddy. My drink is thick as jelly. I love my shit money for dudes in this bitch and we don't do them boys ugly.
I was never cool enough. No, I had an old cat that I used to hang out with. It's the only person I knew that was amazing. He was a badass too. Told me a lot of wild shit, actually. Not about Mason stuff, about life. But one of the coolest characters I've got to meet, and somebody who's done a lot of shit. But yeah, it's the only person I know at all.
They say my bandana breaks the dress code. Every fine fucking bitch I see is my ex-ho. I'm hogging and I'm dogging, creeping and I'm crawling. Believe me, this my calling. It's time to do you all.
What
boys trip, what? Let my double barrel shotty go barumpa pump pump.
What else? You tell me. Oh shit. I'm, you know, yep. I don't have any cool titles actually. So like, how much can you share about what goes on there? Or is this like 4chan rules? I mean, have you already said too much, you know? Ha 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 ha.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
It doesn't matter, you can talk about it freely.
I really, really, really want to zig a zig. If you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, I better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we could be just fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really,
okay.
really wanna zig a zig.
Fair. So it's like,
you gotta get with my friend. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover,
it's like DMT.
Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. Oh, do you think about
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
how I feel? Say you can handle my love. Are you for real? Are you for real? I won't be hasty. I'll give you a try. If you really bug me, then I'll say goodbye. Yo, I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
Fair.
Tell me what
Okay.
you want. What you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig zig. If you wanna be my lover,
It feels cryptic. Is that the word I'm looking for?
if you wanna be my lover,
You gotta know. Like speakeasies.
easy, but that's the way it is. So here's a story from
Dude,
A to Z.
what I'm
Wanna
saying.
roll with me, you gotta listen carefully. We got M in the place who likes it in your face. You got G like MC.
It's like
who likes
you gotta know the secret knock. And how much gawk gawk is involved? You gotta gawk gawk or no?
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship
Nice.
never ends.
I like that.
If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. You've got to give. Taking
So-
is too easy, but that's the way it is.
Okay.
If you wanna be my lover,
How high do you gotta get?
you gotta
What number?
slam your body down and wind it all around. Slam your body down and wind
No
it
weather
all around.
immediate. Okay. Oh, I like that.
Wind it all around now. Slam your body down and zig a zig. Oh,
That's
if you wanna be my lover,
that's interesting to me. We used to have a secret club when we were kids, where we made like we made our own IDs. I don't know, did y'all ever do this back in the day? And then like we had to cut out a little picture of ourselves and put it. We were trying to make it look like an ID, and you'd write some real cool shit on it. You know, like your name was like something way cooler than what your name is now.
if you wanna be my lover,
You know, like Superman, King, Warrior from outer space. And then you would show it to your friends. You had a secret handshake. Only with the secret handshake could you get in. and your ID, which was possibly counterfeitable.
Walking in front of it like
Yeah.
we ain't recording.
Oh, Gawani, happy Thursday, brother. Smoke in the air. I guess I can do another.
Hey, it happens. People are people.
Space lasers.
None of it's intentional.
I like that. Cheers.
Never attribute to malice what you can contribute to. Incompetence is far more likely that they are all in their own worlds doing their own thing. They're not paying attention to the world around them, and we all do it every day. Whether you are driving, walking down the street, all of our lives are just as complex as everybody else.
Yeah.
Everything you have going on, they have going on.
What kind of dues we talking about here?
Everyone else is going through.
Oh,
We also need to be a little more self-aware.
I'm good at dancing. Oh, really? So, how different from like a local drinking club? Yeah. Yeah.
Stay at the surface, you'll never find anything worth exploring.
Oh, really? No drinking. Hey, kudos to that. What about a closed one? And aren't they all closed? Because none of them are technically open.
To look deep to find the deep things. If all you ever do with your life is stay at the surface, you'll never find anything.
Oh, see? Alright. Gary, I watched you get it a little bit. It's different, you know what I mean? I feel like I danced up and down the hills in Tennessee there, or in Kentucky there. We were climbing up and down the hills. It felt like I was in damn Tennessee. That's what it felt like. That's where I was at before. But yeah, it felt like it. But nah, I sure as hell did watch you carry them pants around for 18 holes. I remember that. Oh, the actual lodge room. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, gear. You know? I might even have some good footage out there. There might be some video evidence laying around in a vault somewhere. I gotta find it. That'd be sweet.
You got to look deep to find the deep things. If all you ever do with your life is stay at the surface, you'll never find anything worth exploring.
Well, John, dude, I'm smoking carts tonight. One is a forbidden fruit live rosin, and one is a banana rove. Honestly, the like, I didn't mind these, or they're called Wowie. Supposed to be like Maui Wowie. I don't mind these things. Rove makes a pretty good flavor profile of things wise. They're actual like liquid diamonds ones. They're pretty clean too. They're real nice. They'll smack you up. But I broke my, I don't know if you were here last week. I broke my dry herb vaporizer glass part. I set it down on the table right next to me, and then I saw it rolling, and I went to catch it. I missed it. I said, "Oh, I hope that didn't just break. And then there was glass shattered all over the place. It was a hot piece. I had just pulled it out, so it was far more fragile, and it just shattered. And now I can't even smoke. And I've got Mandarin Skittles, Mandarin Z, whatever you want to call it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thanks, Brandon. And I don't even know what the name of this product is, honestly, to even try and buy a new one. It's not like branded anywhere. Oh, I guess the bottom does. Wow, I never really. This says patent pending. Well, this feels like a janky product the more that I'm thinking about it, but it was great. I did like to smoke from it. Oh, Guap, is that the one you got? Yeah, Brandon, that's, we are sponsored by Dr. Dabber now. Dudley Dawson, he's here. Let's play it for him. Dudley, I think this is the one. I'm gonna play it again. I said fucking, there's only one person who will know what song this is or what band this is. Yeah, how was champs? Wonder if Kev would have been there. Bob at chat. I couldn't imagine, right? He's a little bit more fancy than that now. Get the. Oh my god. That is weak. Dudley, you hearing this song right now? No way. Yeah. No thanks, Brandon. That's not my style there. Yeah, way to be mature about it there, though. I mean, I'm with you. People got the rules, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's rules and stuff, but like when you're using it for the proper reasons, it feels kind of stupid, and you know, misrepresent them. But yeah.
I had a dream I was under the ground. My friends and family were buried.
Oh, nice, Brandon. That's what's up.
Worm took a bite of me and then he washed it down with a bite of you.
No way, Guap. Wow.
Well, someday eat you too. They're gonna eat you.
Oh, but that's like going into a baseball stadium with a bottle of water in your pocket. You cannot bring your own bottle of water. We need to charge you $7 for a bottle of water inside there. Nice. That's wild to me. I mean, I know it's still going on. I wonder how long people are willing to put their necks out like that for. Or I wonder who the first big example is that turns everybody away. Because that's what they're going to do eventually. And it's going to... Oh, Turp was okay. Yeah, it's coming. November 12th. We will see. And that's like the whole thing. Once they have a guidelines for enforcement and there is a enforceable rule, they will go out and try to enforce it, and who's the first person to do it and who do they get, and it sucks. Yeah. We were talking about this. Who was it? Fuck, was it you? I don't think it was. Who was I talking to? Somebody. We were talking about this. Like, what should the value or what should the cost of things be in the market? Why? Where does it make sense? Right? Because if it's overproduced, then the price can come down, but the quality goes down. So you're sacrificing quality with quantity, but ultimately lowering the cost. So like, if somebody has a in-demand product and there's less of it available because they're incapable of doing it, and they create their own market like that, and I think that would be cool to see in the cannabis space, but market economy. All right. Well, I'll read that.
I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. Holla fuck the world with my chest full of smoke.
Hell yeah, Gary. I can't wait. Get it, Gary?
The diamonds in my emblems is cut like a princess. You can keep the Lexus, cause I got 2 Benzes. I'm in your girlfriend.
How big is what? Oh, this is a thing. This is a whole thing. Is it better for me to read this entire thing, or should I just ship it through AI and get the cliff notes?
Margarita machines with street marines. Got love.
Don't you know the power of the dollar, the almighty dollar? If you don't, then just give me a holler. Better yet, don't bother. It takes an evil man to scheme an evil plan. Take
That's right, Drum.
He'll mosey on over, put his hand upon your shoulder, tell you everything's alright, till your pocket feels like.
First half of chapter 4. Oh.
If you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place.
I learned that most smoke shop owners have no idea that the November ban is coming, and they also have no idea that an omnibus bill just passed in Illinois. That's unfortunate. I mean, listen, tell them to tune in to Two Dope Dudes if you ever around somebody. We're happy. We're trying to share this information to people, but I think that's a horrible misrepresentation of those people by this market. And I think a lot of them know, but it's better to play silly the first time that anything comes up. And if you're not being aggressive with anything, you have a chance of getting first time, offenses. So that would be, So come on. That's my thing. I think we know. And Sean Whitney, who loves to you, brother? I greatly fucking appreciate it. I think they know, but I think, again, it's the play dumb thing until you can't play dumb anymore. But my guesstimation is that people know who people are. Local law enforcement knows who is, right? So I think it will be up to local law enforcement to enforce the laws if they deem that they want to. But if, let's say, the local CBD shop owner is good friends with the mayor, and the mayor has the control of the enforcement people, they don't go in and mess with them, right? And so I think there's space still out there where people will continue to do what they've been doing for a long time. You know what I mean? I think like a lot of people will continue to do what they're doing. I feel like, dude, yeah, all right, there you go. Don't abuse it. Protect with the shield. Anyway, can't have one person in here without a shield. That feels weird. Get shielded up, my friend. But yeah, I think a lot of I think it'll be wild to see what comes of the next few months. I mean, they're 4 months away, right? Not even. It's like 3 months and 3.5 months. It'll be wild to see what comes of it and what shakes out. Because I do believe that, like I said, I know people who operate hemp businesses, and they're very popular in their communities. They're very well accepted. Nobody has any issues with them. Their law enforcement knows exactly who they are and what they're doing, and so long as they're not outside of some guidelines, I think they're fine. And I think that there will be the possibility of them representing themselves in a good, clean way, right? I do think that it impacts the flower market, but that's what I think that I was talking about earlier. I think that even like, okay, so the craft growers get involved, and now they have the ability to grow some flower. So that's the market that everybody's competing on. But if hemp producers can still compete in the edibles, drinks, CBD market, I think that there's a space of survivability to a degree. But a lot of people were making good money with the THCA verbiage recently. Oh, nice. That's cool, Brandon. Like I said, there's still time, and when is that? I think it's the middle of June. It might have already been going on. The where the FDA is supposed to hear why it should be rescheduled and stuff. So there's the descheduling thing. There's a while, the 28th it starts. Yeah. So we are, and this is what I'm saying, like there's big movement that's going to come around this plant. And I don't think for the average consumer this does anything, but it does shake up who's allowed to do what. And like I've preached forever, this is not going to give more access to cannabis, to being a business in the cannabis space, or to combat any black market that's going on out there. I believe that this probably, the way that things are shaking out here, it makes for a larger black market to exist. And I there's like this weird part of me that believes that it is the balance that the governments would want, because then they're still getting the revenue from it, the sale, production, and all of that, and they're also getting the money off of the incarceration and incrimination around it. So it's like a win-win for business governance. And then they say, okay, well, we made the rules, you're gonna disobey the rules, we get to put you in jail over the rules. And it's just a weird system that, like, I think all of us can agree is trapping at sometimes. It's damning often still, but thank God there's people that are trying to make it better. And is it the old verbiage, 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of thing, or which it might be. You're taking steps in every direction with this shit, actually. Forward, backward, left and right. Boogie down tonight. Well, deschedule the plant and let everyone compete against each other. Best for the customer. Yeah, that's the way that I'm into it. Allow the decent people to, at least, no matter what, decent or not decent, as long as there is, I guess, fulfill the regulations, right? Like, have your shit tested, make sure you put the 21-year-old label on it, or better, make sure you're not selling it to anyone under the age of 21. And then, like, you know, represent it the way that it is. I just want everybody to be able to do that, and not just a few, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough of the process out there to tell you yes or no. I would tell you yes, there are. There are some people that care enough about the process, but it is also probably more. See, I don't know the process with which things are radiating, right? Like, I don't know if it's like a microwaving process or a X-ray process or a like what kind of waves or rays. I do believe that there is washing of sorts, remediation of different types. You know, dunking your stuff into. I'm not smart enough to the growing and cultivation process of it. I only like once it's been produced and it's been tested chemically for me to know what's a part of it. Yeah, so how do people radiate cannabis? Radiate cannabis is a process called irradiation or remediation by exposing harvested flower to controlled doses of ionizing radiation to kill microbes, bacteria, and mold spores. This is done to ensure the product meets strict legal health and okay, that's wild. Three main methods: gamma radiation, the most common and traditional method. It passes gamma rays, often from a radioactive isotope like cobalt-60, deep into the cannabis flower. The radiation passes through the product completely and does not leave any radioactive residue. Okay, so that sucks, but you are smoking the dead molds there. That's wild. Electron beam irradiation, a highly controlled electricity power method that uses high energy electrons emitted by an electron beam. It is a much faster process than gamma irradiation, though it typically has less penetrating power. Okay, so that's, let's see, and then X-ray. Okay, there, yeah. High energy electromagnetic waves are utilized to penetrate the biomass functioning similar to gamma rays, are generated via on-demand electronic equipment rather than radioactive isotopes. Why and where it's done? Because cannabis is naturally an agricultural product, it can be easily harbor molds like aspergillus and bacteria. It's highly regulated markets, especially medical and pharmaceutical programs in the EU, cannabis in the strict US states. Testing limits for yeast and mold are incredibly tight. Cultivators run their bulk of pre-packaged cannabis through automated irradiation chambers or conveyor belts to sterilize it, even to pass laboratory testing requirements. Damn. Yep. Pros and cons. While irradiation is highly effective at sanitizing the plant, it is heavily praised for protecting immunocompromised patients from inhaling harmful pathogens. It can be controversial. Such critics and purists argue that the radiation can slightly degrade volatile terpenes, affecting the smell, flavor, and potentially the overall therapeutic effect. Okay, so I thought too, so like I knew that this was kind of going on. I thought too that a lot of people were using like can remediation be like spraying with other chemicals or washing with like waters and stuff, right? It doesn't always have to be through a wave form, but I might be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about the growing side of this. I'm not only done so that people grow shitty weed at mass and sell it as a clean product. Oh, must know nature's graceful. Anyway, it doesn't just slightly degrade some terpenes, it completely obliterates certain terpenes. Okay, most commonly it is X-ray or gamma radiation. Redemption, Flora, Nez, Forefront, Corner, IC, One Day. These are the ones that I was going to tell you. Redemption, Nez, IC. Those are the ones that I've had better experiences with, but Flora Arbor does make some good stuff. I have Corner Boys, kind of meh. Sorry, don't mean to talk shit, but the stuff that I had back in the day was rough. Forefront, can't speak on. One Day, can't speak on. Bedford always just had some pretty good stuff. Rev, Rev also, again, those are the companies. If I was going to tell you a company to consume cannabis from, they're probably all there. The top 5 that I would tell you right now to buy flower from, they're all on that list. And it is Redemption, Flora Arbor, Nez, Illinois Collective, and Revolution. They make the best flower in the state. Redemption, without a doubt, that's number 1. I've literally had bangers from all the rest of them. Rev's Fruit Stand is fucking amazing. IC, we've had a couple of stuff there. This is the shit, which they call it's for short. ICKO I've had. Their Fox River Chem, I think, was the other one that's really nice that I've had. Like, I've had a lot of their things that I've had. Plenty more that I don't know the name of because that's what my boy smokes all the time. Nez, I've had a lot of really good stuff from them. I really like their Rainbow Cadillac or something like that. They also had Baby Yoda that was really nice. Couple of them, man. Thanks, Guap. You're a good man. But then, like the other bulk producers, you know, you'd imagine that most of them are doing it, especially if they're not willing to put their necks out on the line, as not doing it. Bedford Grow. Grape sugar cookie. Good night. What a good flower. What a good tasty smoke that thing used to be. Haven't had it in a couple of years now. I did get gifted some, so. Piatella. What's that?
Conversation was short and sweet. It nearly swept me off of my feet, and I'm back in the rain. Oh, and you were on dry land. You made it there somehow. Let me look this up. Illinois Collective Piatella. Oh, like bubble hash, okay. Yeah, that's sweet. Old water bubble hash is like my favorite thing in the whole world. What'd you say? 6-star? Oh, nice. Piatella.
premium solidless cannabis concentrate. Pioneered in Barcelona, Spain, it is crafted by taking high-quality, full-melt ice water hash and aging it in a vacuum-sealed containers under strict cold temperatures. This patient cold curing process creates a soft, glossy, butter-like consistency that perfectly preserves the plant's original terpenes and flavor. Oh, nice. Whoa. Begins with a top tier 5-star or 6-star full melt bubble hash, where the trichome glands are separated from the plant using ice water. Cold cure, instead of applying heat and pressure to make live rosin, the dried hash is carefully wrapped, sealed, and cold cured, typically between 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 70 degrees Fahrenheit for days, weeks, or months. The results, the hash transform into a buttery, pliable, and plate-like slab. The name itself is derived from piatto, the Italian word for plate. Why? It's a game changer. Unmatched flavor because it skips the intense heat or rosin pressing. Piatella remains highly volatile terpenes that are typically lost, offering a phenomenally rich and smooth taste. That's dope. So, okay. Potency is a high concentrated product. The THC percentage is often 70%. Clean melting leaves minimal residue behind, making it highly sought after by concentrate connoisseurs who prioritize a pure, solvent-free experience. Wow. I need a dude. I'm a rookie. I don't know if I've ever done no Piatella, man. That is some fancy shit. Oh, that's fire guap. Oh, Jendo. Oh, mamma mia, that's some good shit. Like sliced perfection. Yeah, this thing looks really cool. Kept cold and away from air as possible. Wow. I really do want it. There's wow. They actually have it? Dude, don't mess me up, boys. Don't have prices in. Okay. Concentrates, hash holes, cookies, holes, gummies, hanger joints, 510 vapes, flights, quad pack. No. Okay, so we need concentrate. Yes, I'm 21. Live rosin and live resin. Rosin, 510 vape carts. Okay, they don't have it on their own. They might have it. Oh, you saw it on their Instagram? Damn, okay. Product drops. Let's see what we got here. Product drops. Resin, oil tank, barrel. Okay, that doesn't matter. Hash holes. Hangers. Come on now. They might have worked on it and not given any out yet, because it tells you literally all of their. Wow. So you can know exactly where their shit's going. This is wild. This is the most wild shit. Whoa. Wait, it just keeps going? Dude. What a use of data. Oh My God, this just became one of my favorite companies. They straight put every product that they dropped at every store. Wow. All right, that's the craziest thing. Yeah, Mr. Rourke, that's crazy as hell. Oh, wow. Piatella? Wow. That looks, yeah. That was the picture I was looking at. This is sick. Sicko stuff. That's the only one we got? Alright. God bless America. Wow. People gotta get up their game, man. You weed snobs out there, why don't y'all have some Piatella for me to try out? What is happening? You know? I've never been like... I've always wondered, like, what's the limit? When do they stop having new ways of extracting cannabis? They're like, ah, we've tried them all now. We couldn't even come up with a new name if we wanted to. Heck, mate. Oh, that sounds fire. Yeah, yeah, Gare. Fire. You know, probably. Well, because I'm not gonna lie, you're very kind with all of the nice things. So no, I'm not like that. Especially when you got fancy shit. I like to try new fancy things. But you might have been right. I did like Jeters. They taste so good. But I haven't had a Jeter in a while. Been, you know, you can probably tell by the way I'm breathing good. No, I'm just kidding. They're not that bad. So, cannabis function. I mean, I actually like the Jeters. Dude, that's fine. I've had a lot. Infinite. Dude, Dudley, missed the song twice now. Yeah, I'm being dead serious. Like, I do not mind Jeters. But this is my whole point, is that do I want something else? Yes. Kind of. But there are times where I would rather smoke that fruity tooty bullshit. Yeah, but they also have some very clean, non-terped out things. They have like rosin-based ones. They have live resin-based ones that don't have fake flavoring in them at all, and they pound. Oh, dude. The music, dude. Did I send it to you? And the Ghost song. That was also what I was trying to get to you. I don't know if you seen it or not. No, I don't grow. And that, but that, yeah. I'm easily the least picky. I'm the least picky cannabis consumer. I think if it comes from a reasonable source, I understand the extraction processes. I guess I didn't understand the remediation processes up until literally tonight. I mean, I knew it, but I couldn't articulate exactly what the process was to happen. So, yeah, well, you know, listen, reasonable schmeasonable. I like okay cannabis. I'm like bids. I'm like bids, dude. I'm okay with some mids. It doesn't hurt me as much as others, but I'm not as
just focused on these goals and plans, which in themselves are not real.
I'm not as picky. Fly like an eagle.
Couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You flow like a feather.
I don't
I wish I was special. You're so fucking special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
That's why I think maybe I like the cannabis that I've gotten forever, because I don't know that people are remediating it or irradiating it. I'll take the PM, thanks. Listen, not a lot. God, in small quantities, this shit tastes alright. That's disgusting. I'm with you. Get rid of it. Yeah, that's fair. So then, unless you grow it, which even then you run the risk of getting some right, like I don't know what the process is. Everybody gets infections, right? Some plants are more prone to shit too, right? So I don't really know how the process goes, but so unless you grow your own, know for a fact that it never is contaminated at all. You should be smoking distillate, because the distillation process would remove all of that. It removes all the bug guts, it removes all the powdery mildew, it removes everything. It strips it into
Don't belong here.
because you just don't understand what kind of garbage then you would know and understand.
People just walking in
But
front
can't
of it
you
like we
grow
record.
garbage too, is all I'm saying. Like, as far as like what garbage is considered, because like garbage is it assumes that the whatever product it is
It happens.
right.
People are people.
Distillation is a form of remediation, but it's through a process that isn't.
Far more likely that they are all in their own worlds, doing their own thing.
I mean, I guess when they're saying you're taking away the terpenes and you're taking away you know, you're activating cannabinoids so you don't go through a full plant experience. They're absolutely right, but they're not misrepresenting that in the sale. They're telling you that it's a very high concentrated THC product, and whatever that they've put back into it is a proprietary blend of plant-based botanical you know, like not from cannabis direct terpenes. So then, like, you're taking your own risk at some, but like, yeah, I just think that yes, I'm with you. There is a lot of bad cannabis grown out there with regularity, but there's some good stuff grown, and just because of remediation doesn't make it good or bad either. Parts per million powdery mildew and molds, the amount of aphids and mites, and you know, all of the, like, that would play a factor in. Yeah, I got you, Garrett. Give me 1 second. If I smoke cannabis at all and just have your THC isomerized from or synthesized, I guess, technically. Yeah, I mean, Brandon, to a degree. And actually hard to grow garbage. Wait, hold on. He said a massage video. So if it's hard to grow garbage yourself, why is it so easy for a cultivation center to grow garbage? I mean, they are taking. You would imagine that there's at least one human in there taking into consideration all of these things, that they wouldn't want powdery mildew and bug infestations and things. So they're working to combat that. Do I believe that to pass some of the tests, that there is remediation going on? Yes. But if we're all subjected to the same testing protocol, how much of your product passes the 5 part per million or 10 part per million protocols that the state is requiring you to have on some of these products? And I'm not saying this to be an asshole. I literally just don't know. I don't know enough about growing, and that's why I say there's a certain point where, as long as there's not a bunch of excess chemicals dumped onto the thing, and I guess remediation's a bad process, but when I just read through what it is, some of the process is it's not leaving behind a footprint of anything. It's actually stripping completely through the process. Does it leave behind old dead mildews and molds and shit? Yes, and I wouldn't want to smoke that either. But I don't, like I said, I just don't know enough about the growing process. So I think I just stick to the standards of what is the good shit, like everybody else still does. What have I had that's like consistently good, or even in a small quantity good, and why is it good? Some of it tastes kind of shitty in process, some of it tastes extra chemically, some of it tastes, you know what I mean? And I think we've all kind of gone through some weird, okay, that's not proper. But yeah, I don't know enough is all I'm saying. Cannabis is not meant to be grown at scale. Why not? Yeah, fuck the state. I'm down with that. Okay, but why? Those standards that the state set are just ridiculous numbers that really don't have a scientific purpose. Brandon, I've said that for a long time, but what I'm trying to get down to is why the cannabis coming out of cultivation centers is worse than the cannabis that is grown at homes. And I'm with you that you can put more love and care and attention into 5 plants as a single individual than you can to 5,000. And there's no doubt about that. I give you that. But there is hard to scale up an operation, introduce more pests, yeast, molds, and disease. Yes, I will give you that. It is hard to do, but they're literally tweaking and refining their processes through every operation. Do I believe that anybody wants to grow shitty garbage cannabis so that they can just remediate it and push it through the process? Is it easier for them to get away with growing trash? Yes, but are we all buying that? And I do know a lot of people that are, but like, are you and I? Are the people who are educated through what we've been talking to them about, knowing what they're getting themselves into, are they aware of what it is? Run at scale in the way that it has to become a process. And I'm with that, like, so if you gave your process to one other person, how many plants can they grow? And if you only tell them the process and you make them chart out what they're supposed to do, they could put the fluctuations and the sways into the data so that they could follow it somewhere. But like, is there always a guaranteed, let me tell you how to do it so that there won't be a powdery mildew, so that there won't be a infestation problem? So, you know what I mean? Because if not, like, so the only way to do it then is for one person to oversee 5 plants, 10 plants, 12 plants. I just don't, you know. And like I said, I don't know, because we also are seeing, what we say, there's 10 companies out here that don't, bigger companies that don't remediate their cannabis. So what does that mean for them? Are they just growing trash also? It's necessary to grade quality and add chemicals. I don't know that it becomes necessary. If they do the same things that you're doing just at scale, if they have the watering systems down right, if they have the lights down right, if they have the fans in there right, the humidity is controlled, they're literally controlling all of the environment in the same way. Is it because the plants are too close together? I mean, how many of us are growing fucking 4 or 5 monster plants inside of a small tent? Because I've seen that a bunch of times too. So like, what is it that is going to make little the plant may know why it's being grown, to earn money for the sea level or to heal the gardener? 2 different outcomes. No, Mr. Rourke, here's what I love that, but I will also give you my stance on that. Is that the plant is all-knowing but also all-forgiving, because if it ends in the hands of a person who it's supposed to heal, you know what I mean? Like, so you mean to tell me that the plant doesn't want to help somebody because it was profited off of through its journey to final consumption? So like, all of the medical patients who support a $12.5 billion industry, who are, and I would guesstimate at least, I used to call them 10%ers, I'd imagine it's more, but I'd guesstimate that way more than half of the consumers who are supplying that market are people who have actual medical conditions and people who are trying to use a quality plant. So are they just doomed? They're damned to only have bad cannabis because it was grown for a profit? And like I said, I mean, like, you know, I don't know that the plant is the plant doesn't know, you know? Not meant to be grown at scale by the government. Okay, I'm with the government hate stuff too, but these companies are separated from the government in a capacity. The government overreaches their with some of their standards and some of their tests, but is the government they're not growing it. The people who are growing it are trying to run a business, and they're trying to and I get it, some of them have some wicked intentions for individual profit. But some of them honestly care about cannabis. I would venture to tell you it's less than half now that we're talking about, who actually care about the end consumer and how they're going to feel based off of the consumption of the product that they represent and make. So, I don't know. Backpack their plans. too closely to fit more under the light and don't have proper airflow. Yes, but like that doesn't benefit their growing process, Brandon. Like I dig what you're saying, but I think that they have more to lose by just mushing everything in and making plants overcrowded. Now, I would venture to tell you that there's probably some of these smaller craft growers who are trying to do that to maximize space under their very small canopy. But I would venture, I would guesstimate that most of the larger ones who have more space are trying to make that plant produce at its peak and at its maximum. And like I said, do I know if they're using bad chemicals or good chemicals, or good shits or bad shits, you know, because that's ultimately what a lot of the fertilizers are. What are they using that's good or bad? That's hard to scale to too, I guess, right? But all the good things that you put into your grow, they could buy and put into their grow still. And they could do it with enough space. Hell, they could do it with more space than you could ever dream of, just based off of the fact that we're never growing inside warehouses and factories. So they have the potential. You said a bad deal to grow your own over buying from someone else? No, I think it's a great deal. I think you can do really well for it. Ever hear about the plant that were verbally abused versus pampered? They know. And I do think that cannabis that has heart and passion put into it ends up giving out a better product. I think that when you care about what you're doing and when you know what you're doing, you don't squeeze everything in tight. You give the plants the proper airflow. You properly net the things off so that they have the better support, so that they can grow a bigger bud and a more vivacious terpene profile, and they can really produce at a maximum scale. They're trying to juice these things to be the best that they can. I do think that there will be people, just like in sports and everything, that will be dopers and people that will use steroids to make their products bigger, better, faster, stronger. And I do think that there does come some risk to the consumer with that. And I wish that there were frameworks put into place that we all could understand what those were. But to pass the tests to get into be a product that sits on the market or on the shelves in Illinois, there's some strict, as we've all said, numbers that don't equate to anything mathematical or scientific, that it's like, why is that the way that it is? But these people are abiding by them. Their parts per million are less than anything we've ever seen. Are some of them doing it through remediation? Yes. But some of them also claim that they don't remediate ever. So they have to be growing quality something. You know, and I'm not saying that, is there more bad stuff grown than good? Maybe. That's why we have My Bud John. That's why I try to talk as much as I can about it and tell you the people that I've seen do really good things. It tends to be also from market analysis. I've both seen the data on who's selling well and why they're selling well, when it's not based off of arbitrary sales and shit. Like, there's, you know, what is consistent and what never has to be on sale and what are people willing to buy. So there's some of that like drives some of the information that I try to share. A lot of it is also personal, right? You've probably never heard me recommend any of these big corporation cannabises lately, like a GTI or a Pharmacan, or some of them. I think they are probably cutting corners at times to make it so that their business operates. At least they're not failing, right? All of them want to survive. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. Love is the answer. I'm fully there. The plant absolutely connects to the person growing it. I believe that wholeheartedly. Nope, not bad outcome, but not as good of an outcome as plants grown with love and thought, as opposed to being cared for by someone doing their job. Some people who do their jobs care about what they do. And some of these growers do get paid good money. comparatively to what some of us are making. Could they make more money doing something else somewhere else? I don't even know anymore, because some of them are making 6+ figures to do this thing. And some of them genuinely love that they get to go in every day and work with cannabis. They don't want to hurt it. In fact, a lot of the head growers, it's their cuts from their plants, from their home grows, that are now the new strains coming in. They're literally testing everything. This is a passion project for a lot of the cultivators of the state right now. I've sat with a lot of the growers, the head growers. I've probably been in, I can actually tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've been in 6 different cultivation centers in Illinois, met with every one of their head growers, and every one of them is passionate about what they do. None of them have ever been like, oh, this is terrible. I hate what I'm doing here. I wish I could do something else. Well, do they wish they could do it at their own rate, in their own facilities, growing their own things under the regulations that they want to? I'm sure. Are they forced to cut corners to make sure that the bottom line is met sometimes to sustain a business? I'm confident of it. But I don't think as many of them are bad actors as, we might give them credit for, because of the glaring, scary masks that the corporate monsters wear. Real Young Knight, what's good, fam? Happy Thursday. What are you doing, dog? And cheers. Boys, like I said, I'm not trying to argue anything. I'm with everything that every one of you said. Yes, 100%. But, we got to give credit where credit is due. There's some of this stuff that they're trying, right? We have to believe somebody out there is trying. What the hell, dude? Like literally a second ago? Come back, let's smoke some. I'm with you, Brandon. I believe it. I'm fully for that. I'm like I said, and I don't think that I have the answers to that. Even the things that I think would be better, I'm sure I have plenty of it wrong. Oh, nice. Nice. If you're still in the hood, man, fucking give me a few minutes. I'll come out and we'll smoke good. Ooh, if not, it's alright. I don't even know if I got it, dude, but I do want to smoke a pipe right now, at least. Oh, you're home now. Well, alright. Tomorrow. Rain joint. Hopefully not in the rain. I don't really like rain. Damn. Well, thanks a ton. But yeah, no, Brandon, 1,000%. I want to see a totally different thing happen around the cannabis space. I would love it for all of my friends, because I know some badass cannabis producers, people that I love smoking their flower from, and I know that they grow a quality product. I would love nothing more than to be able to then take their product, go into a storefront, and sell it off to the people who walk through the door, in attempts to, from what I've said forever, help them take their health back into their own hands with a product that is what we can all respect to be the top quality, right? That would be the fucking GOAT. Yeah, and Mr. Rourke, that's also not what I'm saying. I don't think that anybody's saying that. I'm trying to find where the middle ground is to all of it, you know? Oh, Sean Whitney, I freaking wish. Hey, Brandon, I love you too, brother. Have a wonderful rest of the night. We'll absolutely chat soon. See, there we go. Now we're talking, Brandon. That's a fair statement too. There are a lot of people who have way more passion than they're able to represent, dude. It's a sad industry. This is what I've been trying to say, and you know, the way that it's set up and the way that people continue to try to operate it is against the way that the culture around this plant has existed forever. We come from a different upbringing with this plant. We had a different, we have a different respect for the thing than the modern new consumer who's trying to be pushed THC does. There's something different about where we all came from to what it feels like now, and how do we bridge that gap is what Happy 11/11 also. Y'all make a wish. I wish you all happiness, health, love, and wealth. Cheers, my friends. Thank you all for being a part of tonight. But this is actually, can I tell you guys, y'all just made me so much more happy with that conversation than I have been in a long time talking about cannabis. Good night, Gawani. Thanks for stopping in, brother. I hope I'm not trying to be rude or tell any one of you. I actually, like I said, I agree with everything that every one of you has said. I'm just trying to be the gray area here. And, you know, I don't think that we all should change any of the things that we're doing, but I think this is what I'm trying. It's not maybe the individuals who are doing the thing, because the individuals are still our friends, that's it. But the corporations and the big corporations that are taking a maximum portion of the industry and a maximum portion of the profit, while the rest of the people who are supposed equitable partners in this thing are getting stomped on, which is disappointing. Oh, no, I haven't left yet. I just wanted to smoke again with all of you, tell you how much I appreciated the hell out of the conversation tonight. There was some really cool points brought up and made throughout the entire evening. This has been one of the funner cannabis talk evenings in a while. So thank you all. I mean, cannabis conversation around here has been pretty dope lately. And all of you, like I said, I can't tell you how much I respect your opinions on a lot of this stuff. And you know, but this is all I'm trying to say. Like, I want to keep the positive, happy, friendly, everybody gets along culture of cannabis intact, and let's point out the bad actors when they're bad actors, but like explain why they're a bad actor. And I'm with you all. I think some of the practices are still a little, you know, too new and too unstudied to know whether or not we are long-term harmed by those processes, remediation and things. I don't know what that means for all of us long-term. So if it's cancer causing, that would be horrible. But I do know that there are some things that go on in the world now that where they've commercialized some things and made it more readily available, and you know, it's not the worst things going on. But I also did learn about Piatella tonight, and that was, I like the sounds of it. Yeah. And a smoky too. That's right, Gary. Cheers, my friend. Well, yeah. Thank you, home-growing friends that I know who are doing it and continuing to pour your passion into the plants. That means that when, if things ever go completely sideways, there will still be passion project plants that are out there. The 3 Ps, the triple P. All right, a passion project plant where somebody has only shown nothing but love to it forever. And for that, that will give us all the opportunity to forever have good quality cannabis, which I like. And corporate folks, stop messing things up. All right, not a fan. But yeah, dude, Hibbity Ski Bop, this is a bop. How many times this has been played? How do I? Oh, like this. No, that's not it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right there. No, it's not. I love crackers when they're in my chili. Do you know what he just said? Trip, trap, keep up, lad. Diggity, diggity, no doubt, baby. 50 fucking times, ladies. Yeah, sweet. Anyway, I appreciate y'all greatly. Giggity giggity. Let me tell you this. One, I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it, and I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peacekeepers, peace out. I love you all. Thanks for spending your time with me tonight. Again, great conversation. Thank you all for giving your input and being a part of this entire thing. Guapo, Gary Cornett, drummer, Brandon Krieger, John Voight, Mr. Rourke, Sean Whitney, Gawani Osanako, The Real Young Knight, Chronic, Reggie Keith, 420, Cole Memo, Dudley Dawson, Anthony Wasco, and anybody else who might have been lurking back there. Thank you all for being a part of this. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to still work on this. I'm going to work on getting us a game that we can play as a group. I want it to be more RPG-ish, but each one of us will be able to play from our own phones, kind of Jackbox Party style. I'm going to work on some stuff, and hopefully I'm able to bring us a enjoyable experience. But on that note, much love to all of you, my friends. Stay lit, stay sexy, and stay awesome. Love y'all. Peacekeepers. Don't forget this. Don't forget this.
Avocado, 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 potato, 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 potato.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Disgusting.
Donuts. I do. I love y'all. Thanks again. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you all for hanging out. Talk to you soon. Bye now.